Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Getting Effed. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. So today what I'd like to do is I would like to go over an issue with Amazon that I talked about 6 months ago, and I would like to see whether or not it's gotten better, because Amazon has been ballsy enough to claim that it's gotten better, and I'd like to see if that's the case. So one of the things you may have noticed on Amazon is that when you leave a negative product review, it's very similar to leaving a YouTube comment where they just don't show up. In this video, I went over the fact that my own YouTube comments don't show up on my own channel, because people who post on my channel are still under the belief that I'm the one that's deleting their posts. If I was deleting posts, trust me, I want my own comments to show up on my own channel. They don't, because YouTube is fundamentally broken. In a similar way that Amazon is broken. I have left reviews on Amazon where I do not include a URL, and they just don't get added. There's no curse word, no nothing. The only time I've added a URL to review is when I had a video with almost 1 million views demonstrating how one of their electrical products was fundamentally unsafe. Here I am showing you how a crimp is on Amazon. As you can see,
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's bad. That is a 10 gauge crimp. That is expected to accept a 10 gauge wire, which somebody could reasonably be expected to put 10 or 20 amps through. And it just pulls out like nothing, like my dad wished he did 36 years ago. And here I have a 2 amp fuse that I am putting 8 amps through. I put 6 amps through this fuse, long enough for me to take a shit after going to Los Pinos, which, trust me, it shouldn't do that. Everybody in this video is, Louis, the fuse has curves. Did it obey the curve? If it's a 2 amp fuse, and I can go to the restroom after eating at Los Pinos while putting 6 amps through it, that's the only curve that matters if it doesn't blow. And I reported this to Amazon, and we're just going to go over what they actually did here. So right here, there was a screenshot that showed up when I was looking at something for a speaker cable, and I'm going to show you how the speaker cable is in a minute. It says 0 tolerance for fake reviews. 0 tolerance for fake reviews. And when you take a look at that on their site and you actually click on one of the pages, you'll notice that they're actually bragging about the fact that they go through their reviews. So before, you could maybe make the argument that they are being ignorant. But now, the argument can only be that it's malicious. I usually prefer to assume ignorant rather than malicious, but when you look over here, you will understand. It says, our goal is to make sure every review is trustworthy and useful. That's why we use both technology and human investigators, this is going to be a key one here, and human investigators, to block fake reviews before customers ever see them. We block Amazon accounts that violate our community guidelines. We also block sellers who buy reviews and take legal action against parties who provide these reviews. And you can see that they have an entire section of their website talking about their human checks and everything else for fake reviews. So let's take a look and see if that's actually what they're doing or if this is a complete pile of shit. One of the things that you may have noticed over the years on Amazon is that you're actually probably going to get better quality buying from AliExpress than you would buying from Amazon. You used to have real brand names on Amazon, no brand names that you could trust, that you had a clue what they were. And now when you look through Amazon when it comes to brand names, you're going to find Tweedek, Hooks, T-Con, Quatatak. Essentially, if BlackBerry walked across the keyboard and somebody who doesn't speak English hit the enter key, that's what they have. And when that brand name gets banned or that brand name gets known for setting people's cars, motorcycles, or homes on fire because they make fuses that are fraudulently rated, they're selling the same effing fuse for every single amperage rating. They just have the cat walk across the keyboard again, hit enter, create a new brand, and ba-boom, they're on Amazon again, which is, again, a very serious problem. So let's take a look at this. I reported several of these items as unsafe. This video over here talking about this crimp is close to 1 million views. This video talking about their fraudulent fuses is at 319,000 views. I reported these products to Amazon as unsafe, as well as leaving a 1-star review. I also had friends report these products to Amazon who have used them with a 1-star review, as well as reporting them for unsafe with their own videos. And I know an employee at Amazon personally who has reported these products as unsafe after my demonstration. So let's see what's going on with those products, and let's see if they're still being sold. So when it comes to the fuses, this is the fuse that I was showing you on there earlier. This is a Knee-Light fuse. Let's see if it's about 6 months later they're still selling it. Not only are they still selling it, but it has a 4.5-star rating with 2,843 reviews. And it is, again, still being sold. If we take a look at the electrical crimp that I was showing you before, that just doesn't stay on the product. And we have a similar problem with the electrical crimp where it's 4.6 stars, 335 reviews, and still on the platform. Now, again, if you're not aware that there's a fake review problem on your platform, it's not right. You're a freaking $3 trillion company. I'm sure you could figure that out. All right, whatever. Ignorance. If there are fake reviews in your platform and you're using an automated system, That's bad, but not necessarily malicious. If you claim that you have human investigators, in addition to the machine learning or whatever else you're doing to find fake reviews, and this product has been reported by many people, it has been reported by somebody with 1 million subscribers, 900,000 views in the video, who provided you with a reproducible experiment and the steps and instructions on how to reproduce it yourself, and you claim you have real people going through that? Now you're lying. Now it's malicious. The reason I bring up the number of subscribers is not to brag, but it's just to make the point. If they don't listen when I report it, and legions of other people report it, and I get in contact with somebody who works at Amazon who reports it, what do you think they're going to do when you report it? I'm not better than you. I'm not more important than you. I'm certainly not smarter than you. But I probably have a larger audience than the average person watching this. They don't care when I report it. What do you think they're going to do when you report it? Ignore it. Pretend it doesn't exist. Take your review and do what YouTube does with comments. Send them to dev/null. Get rid of the downvote. Because why should you be allowed to express negativity on a product that could burn somebody's house down? Can't get in the way of them making money. If I sell a 10 amp fuse as a 2 amp fuse, my store is getting shut down. But when Amazon does it, it's just another day of business. Now, if you were saying that you had a system for fake reviews that wasn't really that good, fine, whatever. But you said you have people going through this. You said you have real human investigators, which means that what they're posting over here is a lie. When they claim that you can trust the reviews because they have zero tolerance for fake reviews and they have human investigators going through this, they're lying. That's a bold-faced lie. And I had that today with another product. I only have Amazon Prime for a few more days, so I figured, what the hell, I'll buy a speaker cable. They can't possibly screw up a speaker cable. Granted, after seeing the quality of their crimps, I should know better, but I decided to buy one. I got one of my Amazon accounts banned as a result of pointing out that they turned off a customer's account because they thought he had a racist doorbell. So I only have about 3 days left on Amazon, and I decided to buy a speaker cable. And I just wanted to show you the quality of the speaker cable before we continue onward. So as you can see over here, this is what we call a hybrid system. So this is a crimp and a solder joint all in one. So let's just take this off for a moment so you can take a look at it. So the crimp is not actually crimped because you can turn it. And as you can see, the solder joint is not on there. It's not soldered because I can also turn it. So this is a hybrid of bad crimping and bad soldering all in one. And as you can see, it's not just one of them that's like that. Every single one of them is like that. What do you think the reviews are for that speaker cable? Do I even gotta tell you? The products they sell are not just knockoff socks where the toe rips a little too soon. Stain remover that doesn't remove stains. A Tupperware container that just doesn't seem to click right. They sell products that are fundamentally dangerous. And if they said that they did not have human investigators, that's one thing. You could just assume that they're ignorant. But when they say that they have human investigators and they ignore this amount of reporting, to the point where their own employees, I know, I can verify, have reported these products as dangerous and unsafe, and 6 months later, they're still being sold with 4.5 stars? You're full of shit. I don't care if it's incompetence. I don't care if one department wrote that there and forgot to send the email to the other about having people look into this stuff. Once you're at the point of Amazon, I think it's fair that I place similar expectations and standards on you that I place on my Sanford & Son truck 6-employee business that just kind of chugs along. I couldn't get away with this. Why do they? I can't sell products that are dangerous. Why can they? I can't get away with lying to my customers. Why can they? Are you going to cancel your Prime membership? Because I'm sure you've noticed the exact same thing that I've noticed. I'm sure you've noticed that the quality of products that you could purchase on Amazon is damn near lower than what you could get on AliExpress. In fact, that's an insult to AliExpress to even include them in the same sentence, because AliExpress has given me quality products more often than Amazon. And I understand why this is. This video is a video that I did 13 years ago, and it explains why I stopped selling on eBay and Amazon 14 years ago. In this video, I'm talking about how they treat sellers. Because Amazon treats sellers like complete and utter garbage, sellers that make quality products are not going to sell on the platform. If I make quality products, people are going to come to me. They're going to find me. I don't have to sell on a primary marketplace. I don't have to have a #1 Google result. People are going to find me via word of mouth because I make good products. If I don't make good products, I'm going to have to resort to using a major platform where I have a #1 search result on it in order for people to buy my stuff. And as a result of Amazon treating those sellers like garbage, those sellers are going to in turn treat their customers like garbage by producing horrible products. If Amazon abuses their sellers by allowing any Tom, Dick, or Harry to return a product after they've completely destroyed it, or return an empty box and get a full refund, that's going to cost the seller some money. The sellers that have integrity are going to leave the platform. The sellers that don't have integrity are just going to figure out, instead of having a 10% profit margin, how can we have a 90% profit margin? And the way that they're going to get that 90% profit margin is by selling products that are unsafe, by not doing testing, by not caring about quality assurance, by skimping out on materials every place possible. If you want to buy a product where the seller has skimped out on every single material they can, done zero quality assurance, zero quality control, Amazon.com is your website. But if you want products that are actually not complete pieces of trash, what I would suggest doing is go back to what we did before. I know it's inconvenient. You have to check out as a guest. You have to go into your password manager. You have to click a button so that it autofills your credit card information, which Bitwarden is great for, by the way. More secure than LastPass, open source, amazing, well priced. I highly suggest using Bitwarden. Not sponsored, just truth. I know it's a little bit more inconvenient. Go to the company's website. Buy directly from them. Not only will you be getting a better product, you will be fostering a better world. When Amazon is not a middleman between you and the vendor makes more money. And that increased money that the vendor gets, particularly when they're a small vendor that cares about you in a niche area, is going to be able to treat you better. It's going to be able to sell you a better product. You're going to get better service. We're going to live in a better world. But it requires that we prioritize freedom and quality treatment over convenience. As long as we value convenience over all else, saving 1 day on shipping, saving 8 seconds on checkout, we're going to be treated like shit. We're going to get crappy products. We're going to have companies that are worth $3 trillion bold-faced lie to our face and then get away with it. I don't want to live in that world. I don't think you do either. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now. Now for a word from our sponsor. This here is an LG G3 OLED television that also has cat scratchers on the side. That's my way of trying to bribe my cat into not scratching my speaker. We'll see if that works. In all seriousness, this is in the menu of this television. If you go in this at any one of the default profiles and you go to privacy and terms, what you'll notice with the smart television is there's an option called do not sell my personal information. And because we live in a dystopian world, this option is not by default checked. It should be the default when you pay over $3,000 for a television that you do not sell my personal information. But even when you pay that much for a television, the default is that they will sell your personal data, which is why you should never connect a television to the internet, particularly when these televisions have microphones built into them that allow them to listen to what it is you say in your living room. There are many other settings hidden in here that talk about being able to see what it is you're watching or what you're doing, to be able to make recommendations to you and personalize advertisements to you if you browse around the television. And 100% of those options is the consumer unfriendly option, and the advertiser grabs your data, sells it, and uses it however they please option.